tonight for our Gilbert and Sullivan Revue. A tour through 16 separate numbers from 8 different Gilbert and Sullivan operettas. Before we begin our dramatical journey, I want to thank every one of you for your support in being here tonight, virtually and in person. Our society relies on your support in bringing productions like this to the stage. All of us here also want to extend a heartfelt thank you to WPRU Community Radio for being a media sponsor of this show, and to the Surry Theatre for the use of this fantastic space. Now, back to the show at hand. What we have for you is not a greatest hits as such, but more of an eclectic collection a bit off the beaten path. All of our performers here tonight will at some point guide you through the paradoxical and convoluted plots of the operettas we go from. We will give you only the barest bones of the dramatic situation before each number. So let us begin. We start with one number from each of 3 shows that involve magic in one way or another. Ahlf, a tale of fairies and politics. The Sorcerer, a matter of love, potions, and crumpets. And Revue, an operetta of crime and etiquette. First up, we leap into Ahlf, Act 2. By now, fairies have turned Parliament upside down. As the scene opens, 2 earls find their elderly friend in a deplorable state. He having just suffered the worst nightmare in the history of the performing arts. The earls know full well that it is for the love of the Lord High Chancellor's young and beautiful ward Phyllis that is ruining their friend's sleep. They urge him to seize the day and ask the Lord High Chancellor for permission to seek her hand in marriage. There are 2 things to consider in this. 1, both earls are separately engaged to marry Phyllis themselves already, but neither wants to go through. And second, and this is the kicker, their friend himself is the Lord High Chancellor. This makes him both Phyllis's suitor and legal guardian, all rolled into one. A delicate and more than a little creepy situation.
We are most distressed to see your lordship in this condition.
Ah, my lords, it is seldom that a Lord Chancellor has reason to envy the position of another. But I am free to confess that I would rather be 2 earls engaged to Phyllis than any other nobleman on the face of the globe.
Yes, it's an enviable position when you're the only one.
Yes, indeed, no doubt most enviable. But at the same time, seeing you thus, we naturally say to ourselves, this is very sad. His lordship is constitutionally as blind as a bird. He trills upon the bench like a thing of song and gladness. His series of judgment in Ahlf, given on Dante 6-8 times, are some of the most remarkable features ever produced in the court of chancery. Why, he is perhaps the only living instance of a judge whose decrees have earned the honor of a double encore. Oh, how could we bring ourselves to do that which would deprive the court of chancery of one of its most attractive features?
I feel the force of your remarks, but I am here in 2 capacities. And they clash, my lords, they clash. I deeply grieve to say that in declining to entertain my last application to myself, I presume to address myself in terms which render it impossible for me ever to apply to myself again. It was a most painful scene, my lords. Most painful.
This is what it means to have 2 capacities. Let us be grateful that we are persons of no capacity whatever.
Come, remember, you are a just and kindly old gentleman, and you need have no hesitation in approaching yourself, as long as you do so respectfully and with a proper show of deference.
Do you really think so?
Oh, I do.
Well, myself to my fate.
If you go in, you're sure to win. Your horse will be a shining maid. The law, the ancient song, they have never won their lady. Never, 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 they have never won their lady. Every journey has an end, when at the worst affairs will mend. Now the dawn day is nigh, hustle your horse and don't say die.
Here, one John Wellington Wells, an enterprising and entrepreneurial sorcerer, sings of the magical services he has for sale. It's old school marketing delivered not by Instagram or TikTok, but by an astonishing smattering of flattering pattern.
If you want a proud woman in class, if you better is brutal
We complete our first set with the trio from Revue, Act 2. The three singers are Sir Despard Murgatroyd, the presumed baronet of Revue, and therefore doomed by a witch's curse to commit a crime every day or die by burning fire. You needn't feel bad for him. He's not a nice man. Mad Margaret, Despard's new bride, whose wits have been addled by Despard's evil deeds. And Robin, who seems to be a simple farmer, but is in fact a real baronet. As often is the case in the second act of the G&S show, these three find themselves in deep water. Here they sing of what they shoulda, woulda, coulda done to avoid that fate. The song is My Eyes Are Fully Open.
Now we do not want to perish by the sword or by the dagger, but a bomb, make a gun, little swagger, and a word or two, common, but like kind of too fat. But I can't find a bottle, so it really doesn't matter. 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 So it really doesn't matter.
HMS Pinafore, and the hard, sometimes cruel, and always damp world of the Royal Navy. The plot revolves around Josephine and her two competing suitors, Rafe Rackstraw, a low-born sailor, and the Right Honorable Sir Joseph Porter, KCB, high-born First Lord of the Admiralty, and the low-born sailor. Josephine's father is Captain Corcoran. He's the third in our party. Rafe's commander and the First Lord's substitute as well. First a number from Act 1 in which Josephine and Rafe confront the fact that she is far above his social rank, even though he madly loves her and she secretly loves him.
Oh, it is useless! Sir Joseph's attentions nauseate me. I know that he is a truly great and good man, for he told me so himself. But to me he seems tedious, fretful, and dictatorial. And yet his must be a mind of no common order. He would not dare to teach my dear father to dance a hornpipe on the cabin table. Rafe Rackstraw,
Aye, lady, no other than Paul Rackstraw.
How my heart beats. And why poor, Rafe?
I'm poor in the essence of that, Miss Lady. Rich only in never-ending unrest. In me, there meet a combination of antithetical elements which are at eternal war with one another, driven hither by objective influences, thither by subjective emotions, wafted one moment into blazing day by mocking hope, plunged the next into the Sumerian darkness of tangible despair. I am but a living ganglion of irreconcilable antagonisms. I hope I make myself clear, lady.
Perfectly. His simple eloquence goes to my heart. Oh, if I dared. But no, the thought is madness. Dismiss these foolish fancies. They taught you but needlessly. Come, make one effort.
I will. One. Josephine!
Sir!
I, of Jove's armory, were launched at the audacious head of mortal, whose lips, unhallowed by relationship, dared to breathe that precious word, yet would I breathe it once, and then perchance be silent evermore. Josephine, in one brief breath, I will concentrate the hopes, the doubts, the anxious fears of 6 weary months. Josephine, I'm a British sailor, and I love you.
Sir, this audacity! Oh, my heart, my beating heart! This unwarrantable presumption on the part of a common sailor. Common? Oh, the irony of the word. Oh, go, sir, and learn to cast your eyes on some village maiden in your own poor rank.
Yes.
Refrain, audacious boy, you're so progressing. Remember what you are, and overdressing. Refrain, audacious boy, you're so progressing. Remember what you are, and overdressing. Refrain, audacious boy, remember what you are.
does come to her senses just in time to stop Rafe shooting himself, making Act 2 a whole lot more fun than Act 1. We present with dialogue 2 consecutive numbers. First, a trio in which Josephine, Sir Joseph, and the captain give their respective views of the situation. Then enter Dick Deadeye, a sailor so unsavory that his shipmates threw him overboard at the end of Act 1. Dick tattles to the captain that Josephine and Rafe's secret plan to elope this very night.
Adam, it has been represented to me that you are appalled by my exalted rank. I desire to convey to you officially that if your hesitation was attributable to that circumstance, it is uncalled for.
Oh, then your lordship is of the opinion that married happiness is not inconsistent with discrepancy in rank?
I am officially of that opinion.
That the high and the lowly may be truly happy together, provided that they truly love one another?
Adam, I desire to convey to you officially my opinion that love is a platform upon which all ranks meet.
I thank you, Sir Joseph. I did hesitate, but I will hesitate no longer. He little thinks how eloquently he has pleaded his rival's cause.
Never mind why and wherefore love can level ranks, and therefore though this merchant station might be close to Candace Queen's brave, though her tastes are mean and flighty, and her fortunes poor and plain. King Mary does a merchant when the air of warming wild, for the union of his merchant with a humble captain's child, for a humble captain's daughter,
For a gallant captain's daughter,
and the Lord rules the water.
and a Tom who plows the water.
And the air with joy beginning when the sounds the air above, for the union of a maiden with a man who wants her love. Never mind the why and wherefore love can ever ranks and therefore, though we're not illuminated in my sentiments scarcely past, though you occupy a station in the lower middle class. King Mary does a merchant when the air with warming wild, for the union of his merchant with a humble captain's child, for a humble captain's daughter,
For a gallant captain's daughter,
and the Lord rules the water.
and a Tom who plows the water.
Let the air enjoy beginning when the sun's the air above, for the union of a maiden with a man who loves her love.
Never mind the morning wherefore love can never breaks, and therefore I admit that your stationary love played a part. You have carried out the mission, do I hesitate because
King Mary does a unanswerable.
Captain Corbin, it is one of the happiest characteristics of this glorious country that official arguments are invariably regarded as unanswerable.
At last my fondest dream is to be crowned. My only daughter is to be the bride of a cabinet minister. Oh, the prospect is Elysian. Oh. Oh, Deadeye, you here. Don't.
Ah, don't shrink from me, Captain. I know I'm a pleasure to look at. My name is against me, but I'm really not as bad as I seem.
What will you with me?
I've come to give you warning.
Indeed, do you propose to leave the Navy then?
No. You misunderstand me. Listen. Kind Captain, I report to information. See me the kind commander that you are. About to search into inspiration. Sing me the merry maiden and the tar.
The merry, merry maiden, the merry, merry maiden, sing hey, the merry maiden and the tar. Good fellow in conundrums you are speaking, sing hey, the mystic sailor that you are. The answer to the namely I am seeking, sing hey, the merry maiden and the tar. The merry, merry maiden, the merry, merry maiden, sing hey, the merry maiden and the tar.
My Captain, your young lady is a sighing. Sing ain't the simple captain that you are. This very night with Maxwell to be flying. Sing ain't the merry maiden and the tar.
The merry, merry maiden, the merry, merry maiden, the merry, merry maiden and the tar. Good fellow, you have given timely warning. Sing hey, the thoughtful sailor that you are. I'll talk to Master Extra in the morning. Sing hey, the cat and nighttails and the tar. Sing merry, merry cat, merry cat and nighttails, the merry cat and nighttails and the tar.
We proceed now to another watery domain, that of the pirates of Penzance. As pirates go, these aren't the most ferocious. In fact, they're so tender-hearted they have trouble keeping themselves in cutlasses and sherry. We pick up the story as young Frederick, accidentally apprenticed to the band as a child, has left the pirate lair to find his true fortune. On his way back to civilization, Frederick comes upon a bevy of beautiful maidens. For him, this is quite a moment. The only woman he has seen in many years is his nursery maid Ruth, who also joined the pirates as a piratical maid of all work. Will one of these eye-opening maidens look past Frederick's sordid past and see his honorable and dutiful soul? We shall see.
Enter
chance on him. But as you will see now, in Act 2, Frederick's fortunes turn again. The Pirate King and Ruth return to draw him back into piracy by pointing out a tricksy little paradox that turns Frederick's admirable, if gargantuan sense of duty against him.
Now for the pirate's lair, oh joy unbounded, oh sweet relief, oh rapture and example, at last we may atone in some slight measure for the repeated acts of theft and pillage, which had a sense of duty stern dictation, by circumstances victim, have been guilty.
Young Frederick, your late commander.
And I, your little Ruth.
Oh, mad intruders, how dare ye face me? Oh, ye not, oh rash ones, that I have doomed to extermination.
Have mercy on us. Hear us hear you slaughter.
I do not think I ought to listen to you, yet mercy shall alloy us stern resentment, and so I will be merciful. Say on.
When you had left our pirate folk, we tried to raise our spirits then, according to our custom, war with whips and wheels great. But all in vain, but when we heard, we lay and sobbed upon the rocks, until somebody, a pirate strong, paradox, the most ingenious paradox, the great paradox, began to read this paradox. A paradox, the most ingenious paradox.
We knew your taste for curious quips, for cranks and contradictions where, and with the laughter on our lips, we wished you there to hear. We said if we could tell it in, how Frederick would the joke enjoy. And so we wished for quite a limb to tell it to our boy. That paradox, that most ingenious paradox, we first will heard it once, but don't you know that paradox?
A paradox, the most ingenious paradox.
A paradox. For some ridiculous reason to which, however, I've no desire to be disloyal, some person in authority, I don't know who, very likely the Astronomer Royal, has decided that although for such a beastly month as February, 28 days as a rule are plenty, 1 year in every 4, this day shall be reckoned as 9 and 20. Through some singular coincidence, I wouldn't be surprised if, owing to the agency of an ill-natured fairy, you are the victim of this clumsy arrangement, having been born in leap year on the 29th of February. And so, by a simple arithmetical process, you'll easily discover that though you've lived 21 years, yet, if we go by birthdays, you're only 5 and a little bit old.
Dear me, let's see. Yes, with you my figures will agree. Acquaint the ways of paradox, at common sense she gave me marks, though counting in my usual way is 21 I've been alive, yet reckoning by my natal day, I am a little boy of 4.
It's a little boy of 4.
Paradox, a paradox, a most ingenious paradox.
and bold story from Yeoman of the Guard. I'll skip the larger plot here. Suffice to say that in the number we have for you now, Jack Point, a jester, has just agreed to teach Wilfred Shadbolt, head jailer and assistant tormentor, all the tricks of the jestering trade. As an aside, this is an odd career change for a successful tormentor, but it's his life. In return, Shadbolt must falsely swear that he, Shadbolt, has killed Jack Point's romantic rival, Colonel Fairfax, while Fairfax was trying to escape. This song seals the deal.
Of the village maidens. First, from Act 1, we have Colonel Cavalry remembering with manly pride the day he first put his uniform on. Next, from Act 2, Maiden Jane urges Poet Bunthorne to confront his idyllic rival. Just go right up to him and let him have it, using his words, of course. Bunthorne may be fleshly, but he is, after all, a poet.
When I first put this uniform on, I said as I looked in the glass, it's 1 to 1,000,000 a day, he said, in my little uniform which surpass. Gold lace has a front for the fair, and I'm plenty of that to despair. But I love the professions we not intention is eloquent everywhere. How fun when I come to the ball, when I first put this uniform on. By a simple coincidence, you could never come to the ball. The same thing had done to me when I first put this uniform on. When I first put this they would see that I'm reading the waist, in a uniform handsome and chaste, but the pair of attendants and long-headed statics are very much more to the taste, which I never come to the ball. The Mikado is a parody of British culture that pokes fun at love, law, status, and rank. First, we present a scene from Act 1. It's complicated, and I won't try to name names. In short, we have an older man who hopes to wed a beautiful young woman. That extremely reluctant and much younger bride-to-be. Two of her schoolgirl chums. The young man she secretly loves, and who loves her. And finally, the very model of a modern, pompous nobleman. After the dialogue, the girls, with much regret, mercilessly poke fun at Mr. Pompous.
At last, my bride, that is to be.
You're not going to kiss me before all these people.
Well, that was the idea.
I think it's odd, isn't it?
It's very peculiar.
Well, I don't know. I guess it's all right. Must from the beginning, you know.
Well, of course, I know nothing about these things, but I have no objection if it's usual.
Oh, it's quite usual, I think. Eh, Lord Chamberlain?
I have known it done.
Oh, thank goodness that's over.
I beg your pardon. Will you present me? One at a time, if you please.
Oh, if you please. This is the gentleman who used to play so beautifully on
On the Marine Parade.
Yes, I think that was the name of the instrument.
Sir, I have the misfortune to love your ward, Yum. Oh, I know it deserved your anger.
Anger? Not a bit, my boy. Why, I love her myself. Charming little girl, isn't she? Pretty eyes, nice hair, taking little thing altogether. Very glad to hear my opinion backed by a competent authority. Thank you very much. Good day. Take him away.
I beg your pardon, but what is this? A customer come to try on?
That is a tremendous swell.
Oh, it's alive.
Go away, little girls. Can't talk to little girls like you. Go away, besties.
Come, Puma, allow me to present you. These are my 3 wards. The one in the middle is my bride-elect.
What do you want me to do to them? Mind, I will not kiss them.
No, shan't kiss them. A little bow, a mere nothing. You needn't mean it, you know.
Well, it goes against the grain. They're not young ladies. They're young persons.
Come, make an effort. There's a good nobleman.
Well, I shan't mean it. How do you do, little girls? How do you do? Oh, my protoplasmal ancestors.
That's very good.
I see nothing to laugh at. It's very, very painful for me to say, how do you do, little girls? How do you do to young persons? I am not in the habit of saying, how do you do, little girls? How do you do to anyone under the rank of stockbroker?
Don't laugh at him. He can't help it. He's under treatment for it. Never mind them. They don't understand the delicacy of your position.
We know how delicate it is, don't we?
I should think that we did. How a nobleman of your position can do it at all is something I never can, never shall understand.
youth that touch should have this spring is marvelous, it's marvelous. To our prerogative we cling, so marvelous, if we decline to dance and sing.
Because her impending marriage is, shall we say, unlikely to last. That sets the scene for a lovely madrigal quartet about the beauty of this short life and its inevitable end. In the dialogue that follows, the tension goes up several notches when the bride learns that her marriage, short that it may be, comes with a cost she had not counted on at all. Here's a howdy-do indeed.
Yes, everything seems to smile upon me. I'm to be married today to the man I love best, and I believe I'm the very happiest girl in the world.
The happiest girl indeed, for she is indeed to be envied, who has attained happiness in all but perfection.
In all but perfection.
Well, dear, it can't be denied that the fact that your husband is to be beheaded in a month is in a way a drawback. It does seem to take the top off it, you know.
Goodness me, I don't know. It all depends.
Well, he'll find it a drawback.
Goodness me, it all depends.
I think it very indelicate of you to refer to such a subject on such a day. If my married happiness is to be,
Cut short?
well, cut short in a month, can't you let me forget it?
Yum in tears, and on her wedding morn.
They've been reminding me that in a month you're to be beheaded.
Yes, we've been reminding her that you're to be beheaded.
It's quite true, you know, you are to be beheaded.
Now, some bridegrooms would be depressed by this sort of thing. A month? What's in a month? Bah, these divisions of time are purely arbitrary. Who says 24 hours make a day?
There's a popular impression to that effect.
Then we'll efface it. You call each second a minute, each minute an hour, each hour a day, and each day a year. Why, at that rate, we've about 30 years of married happiness before us.
And at that rate, this interview has already lasted 4 hours and 3/4.
Yes, how time flies when one is thoroughly enjoying oneself.
That's the way to look at it. Don't let's be downhearted. There's a silver lining to every cloud.
Certainly. Let's be perfectly happy.
Yes, let's thoroughly enjoy ourselves.
That's it. It's absurd to cry.
Quite ridiculous. Brightly dawns our wedding day.
Joyous are we giving greeting, with our hearts now fleeting. We one moment prithee stay, we one moment prithee stay.
by putting your arm around your waist. There, let me get used to that first.
Oh, wouldn't you like to retire? It must pain you to see us so affectionate together.
No, I must learn to bear it. Now oblige me by allowing her head to rest on your shoulder.
Like that?
I am much obliged to you. Now kiss her. Thank you. It's simple torture.
Oh, come, bear up. After all, it's only for a month.
There's no use deluding oneself with false hopes.
What do you mean?
My child, my poor child. How shall I bring it to her? My little bride that was to have been.
Was to have been?
Yes, you never can be mine.
What?
I've just learned that by the Mikado's law, when a married man is beheaded, his wife is buried alive.
Buried alive?
Buried alive. It's a most unpleasant death.
But whom did you get that from?
Oh, from Huba. He's my solicitor.
But he may be mistaken.
So I thought. So I consulted the Attorney General, the Judge of Ordinary, the Master of the Rolls, the Lord Chief Justice, and the Lord Chancellor. They're all of the same opinion. Never knew such unanimity on a point of law in my life.
Stop a bit. This law has never been put in force.
Not yet. You see, flirting is the only crime punishable with decapitation, and married men never flirt.
Of course they don't. I quite forgot that. Well, I suppose I may take it that my dream of happiness is at an end.
Darling, I don't want to appear selfish, and I love you with all my heart. I don't suppose I shall ever love anybody else half as much. But when I agreed to marry you, my own, I had no idea, Pet, that I should have to be buried alive in a month.
Oh, nor I. It's the very first I've heard of it.
It makes a difference, doesn't it?
It does make a difference, of course.
You see, burial alive, it's such a stuffy death.
Call it a beast of a death.
You see my difficulty, don't you?
Yes, and I see my own. Well, if I insist on your carrying out your promise, well, I doom you to a hideous death. Well, if I release you, then you marry Coco at once.
We now arrive at the last stop of our tour, and here we must part. Thank you so much for your kind attention, and we hope to see you again soon. In this final number, we find two older people who are anything but friends, forced to come together mostly to tie up any loose ends in the plot. He has lost his young love, who didn't get buried alive after all, and she has lost her young love, who has kept his head firmly attached to his shoulders. But our singers here find that they can live, if not happily ever after, then at, well, we probably won't actually kill each other ever after. Dear audience, our entire company wishes at least that much for you.
Oh, I'm a silly little goose.
Oh, you are.
And you won't hate me if I'm just a teeny wee bit bloodthirsty, will you?
Hate you like Catasha. Is there not beauty even in bloodthirstiness?
My idea, exactly. There is beauty in the bellowing of applause. There is rank in the growl of the giggle. There is eloquent harmony with the laughter of the rolling and the tiger is the lashing of its tail.
Yes, I like to see the tiger from the counter of the niger suction and the lashing of his tail.
All have a splendor that is grim, and earthquakes only terrify the dogs. But to be scientific, there is nothing that's terrific than the calling of a flight of wonderfuls.
Yes, in spite of all my weakness, if I have a little weakness, it's a passion for flight of thunder. Oh,